What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, everybody? We are back again for another episode review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. This season 3, episode 13, something like that. A date with Destiny. Okay. The episode was cute. It really wasn't much, to be quite honest. I just know like next week Mel and Martel finna get back into it again, and I'm just kind of over it. I am over the back and forth because it is tiring at this point. Y'all just need to stay in your separate corners. And truth be told, they act like they just need a mediator in between them so that they don't have no type of contact, because this is getting ridiculous. All right. I pray I never get into a relationship where we have to go back and forth at each other's throat just like that when we break up. If we gotta divide stuff and divorce and got kids and all that, girl, I hope, because this is draining. But anyway, we get into the episode and we see Destiny. Destiny, she's on the set of Hype Hair. Okay, first of all, I didn't know that she was on the cover of Hype Hair. Okay, and I get Hype Hair at my job. Random. I was I was shocked because it's a black magazine, and that is not an area that I would thought that we would get back black publications. And truth be told, we also get Essence and we also get Ebony, but they don't come on time, so that's that. And I guess I said, damn, black, even our products can't come on time. What is going on? I don't like that, y'all embarrassing me. But anyway, so we get into it. She doing her little photo shoot. I did not know Leah Diaz was the one that owned Hype Hair. Mind you, if you watch Married to Madison, LA, they only had like 2 seasons, and I think she came in the last season. Okay. And she was currently going through some stuff with her husband, or soon to be ex-husband, like some domestic issues or whatever. So that was that. I was like, oh, okay, girl. So we get Tisha. She come on the set being supportive or whatever. Of course they got to go sit down and do their little girl talk and all that, and trying to see how things are going. So Tisha, how did you feel about Vegas? Did it go the way that you wanted to go? Yes and no. Okay. I mean, for the most part, I just wanted us to have a good time. But, there were some times we had good times. There were some times that we didn't have good times. Okay. And it was like, well, somehow Tiffany came up in that bunch. Okay. That conversation about, well, we got to know Tiffany a little bit more, since she says she's so transparent. And truth be told, she's not as transparent as she says she is. Okay. And it kind of shocked me, just a little bit. But then again, Destiny, I just remember like Destiny and Tisha, they was kind of like this on the Tiffany issue earlier, before Tisha actually met Tiffany. So she kind of put her off to the side just a bit, and still tried to get to know the girl, because the girl technically didn't do anything to her, so why should she have an issue with her? So I was like, okay, Tisha, she understood and was on the same page that most of us have been on when it comes to Tiffany. Okay, in this issue about her basically getting in people business, and talking too damn much, and not knowing when to shut the hell up, and not knowing when to stop. Okay, you say you transparent, but you doing too much. Okay, the reason why people would have an issue, it was like, we in this group and we supposed to call each other out on when we doing some stuff, and that's what they need to do. And Destiny is like, that's why I don't understand why Mel always have to come through and try to be bodyguard to her. And even Tisha said, I don't understand why she has to do that. Okay, that's a grown ass woman. Let her talk and let her stand up for herself. But in the same breath, Destiny had to tell her, yeah, so we have our time. So maybe we do need to just meet up by ourselves, because there are times where we do kind of connect, but then we fall, it that falters because something just be said or whatever, and they don't understand each other. And so, she told her about meeting up with her, and she was like, this seems like it's better that we do it this way instead of being in a group setting. Girl, my shit dry, okay? That's why it's dry. I gotta put some moisturizer on it. Girl, anyway, it's bothering me because it looks dry. Anyway, so yeah, a group setting just doesn't work. You always got somebody else that want to interject and all this stuff. And that's what I always say. I'm sorry. If we are into an argument, and I understand that we are filming for a reality show. And my reality is, if I get into it with you and I didn't get into it with you in front of the whole group and involve the whole group, we don't need to discuss our issue in front of the whole group when it's just us two. And we don't only, in our camera time, we only got into it with each other on camera, and it was just us two in the room. We don't need to bring that whole issue to the group, okay? Let us sit down, and this is in real life too. I don't need to bring it to this person, this person, this person. I'm gonna bring it to you if I have an issue, and that's how stuff keep on going. When you bring it to the group and you keep talking about it to this person, that person, instead of the person that you actually need to talk about it to. And then when you have that other person that you need to talk about it to, they don't want to listen and they don't want to open up their minds and see where they went wrong because they're too pig-headed, okay? That's basically what it is, you know? And so, she was like, Tisha brings up the fact that she didn't know the stuff about Marcel, being depressed. Okay, he said he was depressed. Did you catch when Destiny was like, "Oh wow"? And I said, "Girl, you was at the restaurant when he said it the first time. What are you talking about?" I said, "What you oh wowing at?" I said, "Girl, what did you just forget? Because y'all just brought up the restaurant." But okay, so they was talking about that and how basically they need to fix that. Okay, Tisha, she said she felt like something has been off for a little bit, but she never suspected that it was something dealing with depression or anything like that. And felt like, she would have expected that he would have been able to come to her, but he didn't come to her. So that is something that they have to work on and they have to fix and, address. Meanwhile, we get Martel. Martel meeting up there with Marcel because Martel, this is how vindictive I feel he is. This move that he is making, and you can call it like, trying to hustle or whatever, because at this point, compared to everybody else, Martel is faltering, okay? Ever since this divorce and his scandal came out, he's the only one that's truly been affected by it monetarily, financially. Um, Everybody else seems to be doing better. He's the one that's still trying to scrape to get back to where he's at. Well, he once was. You had to build a license in the family. Now you don't. So now you have to go to Marceau in order so you can be on this 47 acres. And I understand you the one that brought Melody and probably Marceau and all them. Y'all brought this whole idea to the forefront, okay? And I know it feels shitty to have that taken away, but you caused it to be taken away because you didn't go out and get your business license, your builder's license. As soon as stuff started looking bad or whatever between me and Mel, or I should say Martel and Mel, I was about to put myself in a situation. But as soon as stuff started looking bad, okay, and y'all start having real issues or whatever, and I know you need to focus on your marriage and try to make that work, you also should have been multitasking and trying to go study for this builder's license. Truth be told, you should have been had that when it's in your profession. Okay, you're dealing with realty, you're dealing with contracting, you're dealing with all of this. How come that was not a goal? That's a priority, okay? Because what if something else would have happened to Mel? What if the divorce wasn't it, but what if something else would have happened to Mel that she couldn't use her license and you couldn't use it either, So you should have already been prepared. So now you got to go bring Marceau in the fold. And this was a petty, vindictive move, okay? Oh, so Chris gonna go to Melody first, but let me bring Marceau in so I can still be on the project, okay? And then gonna bring Chris over there. Marceau whole thing is this. I just hope that y'all got this shit together because I don't know. Would you be able to work with Mel? And he said, I mean, I'm cool with that. That's my friend. We cool. I said, y'all ain't cool like that, but I get what he trying to say. He trying to play nice just a little bit or make it seem like he'll play nice because truth be told, I don't think he would. All right. I feel like he just saying that for the moment right there just to seem like, yeah, I'm the decent guy. I bring her on. Ain't got no problem with that. Okay. And I feel like Marceau know that that's a lie too. Okay. You bring Chris on. Okay. Because you're doing a lot of underhanded stuff. You bring Chris in there trying to tell him what's going on. And then Marceau is asking Chris, well, how do you feel about, their personal stuff and all this shit? Bitch, Chris said, this ain't got shit to do with me. I don't care about no personal. This is business. And I said the same thing. I'm like, why are we bringing that up? And truth be told, when Chris sat down and talked to Melody about everything that was going on with the building stuff, And how would you feel if he was on the project? She was like, it's fine, it's whatever, you do what you got to do. I can put my feelings to the side. I did come into this thing with him, but now I'm trying to, individualize myself. And so that's fine, okay? But my whole thing is the way that they was going back and forth, and, when she found out that Marcel was going to be on the project, or that Martel went to Marcel, Melody sitting there like, so you really going to try to bring somebody else on your side, bring a person on your side that you literally just became friends with again, instead of just to get over on your wife, your ex-wife. That see, it's a vindictiveness, it's a pettiness, it's a tit for tat type of situation that's going on between Martell and Melody. And at that point, I really realized, and I said it before, that's why the motherfuckers was married. They are damn near the same in certain aspects, okay? And that's why they keep butting head in this divorce, because they are practically the same people on certain points, okay? In certain situations. And I'm just sitting here like, oh, I know Chris is just like, at this point, if I could, I would just let all of these niggas go. Okay. And I'm sorry to say it like that, because he looks stressed out. He is tired. Like, he literally is pulled into their business. Okay. Their personal business. And I don't like people that do not know how to separate personal from business. And I know sometimes it can be hard, but at the same time, you have to understand, baby, you cannot bring your personal life into your business stuff, because that will affect the way people look at you. Okay. That would affect the dealings that you have. Keep that shit under wraps. Okay. So maybe had Martell and Melody not been on this show, Martell would still be in a good standing. Okay, Martell would be in a good standing, because we wouldn't know him, and it wouldn't have all this drama and be all over the internet or whatever. He'll probably still have a little bit of financial stability. Okay, now he got to go over there to Maurice. He dealing with his stuff since Vegas. Since Vegas happened, two people left. Okay, one went on the medical leave, and then another one, she left because it was just too much workload. So he talking to another employee, trying to tell her, you got to pick up the ball. She said, baby, I've been holding this ball this whole goddamn time, so what you talking about? Pick it up. Okay, I said, I know that's right. He juggling his businesses that he got the credit union business, and then he got the lawyer business and all that, so everybody's just a little stressed out. Everybody is just trying to make it happen at this point. Martell bring his ass in there, okay? And I said, Martell, now I know you like the finer things in life. I can see your suit and everything. That ain't no men's warehouse suit. And even if it is, I'm pretty sure you can go get it tailored, okay? You can tell them to let it out in the back a little bit, okay? Because did y'all see when he got up? When he got up after meeting with Marcel, and the way his vest was all bunched up, I said, let the belt out a little bit. Take it down one notch, okay? Take it down one notch, all right? It shouldn't bunch up in the back like that, boo-boo. Every time I look at him, he's about to be the nigga Hulk, okay? Martell, go. That's all I want to say. Okay, are you about to transform for us? What is going on? It don't cost that much to go get a little suit or a blouse, okay, from Target, until you get financially stable, boo-boo. It don't cost that much. You mean to tell me you can't go up one size, bitch? Girl, listen, Martell be killing me with these shirts. I said, what are you trying to advertise, sir? What are you trying to advertise? Put them titties away. Anyway, so he going over there to Maurice to get his credit fixed, and he's down 100 points. I said, what? And he said that's going to affect him, from getting loans and stuff, and getting credit to get, finance or whatever to build the houses and do projects and all that. And I said, yep. And, he was like, it was one point where I can go in and I can just come out with a loan and all that stuff. Now these days, he was like probably a couple of years ago, I could have just went up in there and came out with a loan like that. No problems. No issue acts. No, nothing. Okay. Nowadays, I can't even do that. I can't get approved. Okay. And then, Maurice was looking at that like, whoa, yeah, we gonna really have to, he opened up that thing. He said, let me close this shut. We're going to really have to get together and see how we going to get this credit bill back up, okay? Because, yeah, and what you don't want to do, you don't want to do bankruptcy. Bankruptcy somehow came up in there, and I don't know if Martell had brought it up, because I don't think I heard him do that, but it was edited funny where Maurice said something about bankruptcy, and I don't know if he was making going through his options or whatever, but he was saying something like how, bankruptcy can affect the way that you are able to get credit and get, stuff from the banks and all this stuff, and it will affect the way that you will be able to get credit to build, for your projects and stuff. So it won't let him do that. So that's if he's looking at bankruptcy and he still want to do his shit that he been doing, that's gonna hinder it. Okay, if he does that, he not gonna be able to get that credit and shit. So basically, what you have to do when you gotta fix your credit, you gotta build your credit. So you gotta go get stuff on credit. Having credit and building your credit and having good credit, bitch, you have to get credit to build good credit. It is crazy. I said, now that don't make no sense. I get it, but I don't get it at the same time. Why do I don't want to have a credit card. The only reason why I got a credit card is so that I can get good credit, okay? And then you got to show that you're making payments on that or whatever, and that gives you points and all this stuff, and you're paying for this on time, and you're paying for that on time. It's stupid, but yeah, I remember when I was trying to get my first line of credit. When I was younger, because they came to our school and they told us about the pitfalls of going to college and having these people that's going to be there trying to get you to sign up for this credit card, this credit card, this credit card. Don't do that, okay? Get you one of them little credit cards from like Finger Hut or something like that, them little online stores and stuff. Baby, I tried to do that, and every time I tried to get a little credit card with Finger Hut, they said they rejected me, and I never understood, bro. I said, bitch, I ain't got no credit. So I'm trying to get credit, so you rejecting me because I ain't got credit. It didn't make no sense to me till this day, and I bet you if I go try to do it now, they'll still do it. And my credit good. My credit good, bitch. I build my shit up. Okay, because I was worried at one point. But now that bitch is lovely. Anyway, moving on from that. So he got to get that fixed. And then Maurice was talking about, I'm worried, not only do I care about your business or whatever, I'm caring about you as a person. That's the difference. So, that whole conversation that they had with Martel and Marcel. I say his name like that. Marcel. And y'all, forgive me if I'm bumbling and stumbling through this review. I am really tired. I barely got sleep for the past couple of nights. When I say barely got sleep, like 2-3 hours. And that was my fault on one day, but the other day I just couldn't understand it. But yeah, Marcel was talking about the depression, and this was making Maurice think like, yeah, I'm gonna go get therapy. And Martel was like, yeah, you go do that, and you tell me how it goes. So just in case he want to go. And I do like the fact that they are at least open-minded to it, okay? Whether it's an act or not, they at least talking about mental health issues. They are at least, I hope it's not an act, because playing with mental health issues, that's wrong, okay? But at least we are bringing it up because it's still a taboo topic for whatever reason in our community, and I don't get it, especially amongst our men. But yeah, that was that. Martel, once again, let it out. Go up one size, okay? You ain't even got to go up one. Just go up half, okay? Tell your teller to do that. Meanwhile, and if you ain't got to, if you tell it too expensive, take it to the dry cleaners, okay? Some people at the dry cleaners, they do, they do hems and all that stuff. They do all that stuff there, okay? Because that's why I get mine tailored sometimes too, all right? Let it in, let it out. Moving on from that, Tiffany and Destiny actually met up. Or I should say, Jamie Lynn Payne. Okay? I said, girl, what? Okay, so Tiffany and Destiny meet up, and basically they come to the conclusion that they cool. And this is the thing that I was saying. What made me so mad about this whole interaction is the fact that we waited 10 plus episodes for y'all to get to this point. And y'all could have been got to this point if Tiffany would have opened up her ears and understood the reason why Destiny was pissed off at her or had an issue with her. Because even if Destiny didn't come to her and say, listen, I got a problem with you because of so-and-so and so-and-so and what you said, okay? The way that she is responding to you, that alone would have made me want to pull her to the side and be like, what's the issue? So can we talk about what's going on? Because I feel some heat coming from you towards me, And if I did something, can we talk about it? Because I want to right my wrongs. I want to see if how I offended you, if I offended you. That's just the type of person I am, because I don't like people being mad at me. I don't like feeling like somebody's pissed off at me or whatever. I will literally pull you to the side, hit you up, or whatever I have to do to see what it is before the issue get bigger, because I don't like that dysfunction. I don't like that type of drama in my life, especially with people that I'm cool with or I'm trying to get to know. I don't like that. Okay. Meanwhile, they sit down and they having this little conversation. And Tiffany said something about how Destiny was basically like, hold on. No, I'm sorry. Somebody was at the door. This late at night. But moving on from that, what was I at? Girl, I don't even remember. Let's just go back. I'm gonna repeat myself. Destiny and Tiffany met up. First of all, Destiny was sitting at that bar and her back was all out. I said, Destiny, what is this? Destiny dressed like she got that dress from Fashion Nova, okay? And then Tiffany came up in there. She dressed like she got her outfit from Ashley Stewart. I said, ooh, what is going on? I said, come on now. Come on now. I can't even judge how this conversation gonna go just by y'all dress, okay? But at this point, cause Destiny was dressed like she finna start some stuff, okay? Like she wasn't finna accept nothing, but it went totally different, okay? And she was like, I'm glad you came. And Tiffany was like, I wasn't sure because sometimes we be on, sometimes we be off. And she was like, well, girl, sometimes you got a smart ass mouth, okay? And Tiffany was like, a smart mouth? Do I really have a smart? I don't have a smart mouth. I said, yes, you do. And Destiny was like, you, let's say with the girls' night out, okay, you kept poking the bear, the dragging you and you having an issue, not the dragging, but I have an issue when this date, this date, this date. You kept poking the bear, okay, and that's what you do, and that's what she did, bitch. And so after that, they come to that, and basically Destiny is just like, you the new girl in. And you doing too much. That's basically what it is. You're doing too much. And Tiffany was like, I'm just transparent. And Destiny whole thing is this. We don't know shit about you, okay? But you always up in our stuff. And I was so glad to hear Tisha and Destiny say the same thing when they were sitting down there talking. I said, this is what I've been saying the whole freaking season when it comes to Tiffany. We don't know nothing about you, but you are all up in our business and giving your advice on our lives. I know you got some dirt or whatever. She was like, yeah, I got some dirt, but let's not act like you wasn't the new girl and you didn't have hard times or whatever when you came up into the group too. And you didn't come into the group the same way. I said, no, Tiffany. No, Tiffany. Destiny didn't come into the group the same way that you did, okay? Destiny got along with just about everybody except for one person. On that front, I guess it was cool. And truth be told, it really wasn't her. It was a one-sided thing, okay? Both of y'all got an issue because you can't see her side. You can't see that you offended her, okay? And so therefore she got an issue with you. The whole thing with Kimmy, I think Destiny was tripping, and that's what turned me off on Destiny when she first came in. The difference, and I know somebody gonna be like, well, they both had an issue with somebody when they first came into the group, so what's the difference? The difference is this. Tiffany came into the group trying to spill business and spill tea in front of a whole group of people as if we was already good homegirls and all this stuff. That's not how you do it, okay? Destiny had an issue with Kimmy, a non-existent, imaginary ass issue, if you ask us, okay? And she pulled Kimmy to the side and said what she said, but then she threw a little shot in her little thing, and they showed that, okay? But then they was able to sit down, and they didn't drag it out the whole season. And I am so glad that they didn't do that, okay? And so they fixed it right then and there. They had they finally fixed that shit, so we saw, or we didn't see, but so we know because they're cool now. But Destiny, you did have a non-existent issue with Kimmy, and it was very petty, okay? And so this whole thing with Tiffany brought something to the whole group. Tiffany brought messiness to the whole group that was trying to spill some tea on Destiny, and it really wasn't nothing, okay? How did you know she wanted that to be told? That was some messy shit. That's the difference, okay? And so, she had to tell her about that, she was like, I know you got some dirt. She was like, yeah, I got dirt or whatever. And she said, first of all, let's start off with this. My name ain't Tiffany. My name is Jamie Lynn Payne. I think it was Jamie Lynn Payne or something like that. And she found out that she grew up in foster care. Actually, no, that she was adopted. Okay, and she didn't realize that she was adopted until she was I think 19 or something like that, when her neighbor, her mother's neighbor, was about to go and adopt her son. Okay, and the neighbor spilled the beans to her. I said, beat that bitch ass, because that wasn't in her place to say that. Okay, that's who you should have cussed out, Tiffany. That's who you should have been all up in the business with, giving the business, girl. I know you ain't let that shit slide. But anyway, so her and Destiny was connecting on that, because Destiny said, yeah, I grew up in a foster care. And I said, see, bitch, y'all having this goddamn conversation and come to find out y'all got shit that y'all connect with. And it is the same thing that happened between Destiny and Kimmy. Okay, I said, Destiny, you did all that shit with Kimmy, and y'all cool because y'all connected, because y'all got shit in common. And I said that early in the season. If it was a possibility that Tiffany and Destiny would have something in common. And look at it. Both you hoes grew up in the goddamn foster care. I'm sorry to say that. They both grew up in the foster care system some way, somehow. So foster care adjacent or whatever. Okay? And, Destiny said her mama was and still is on drugs or whatever. And, Tiffany, she was adopted. She was biracial. And I said, oh, I don't mean no offense, but it explains you got a little Karenness that's running through your DNA. Okay, it's embedded. That's why you asking something. It explains a lot. Okay, not all biracials do that, but just you. That's the side that was peeking out. Okay, that side was peeking out, and it explains a lot to me. Somebody gonna say, Ashley, don't do that. I just did. I'm sorry, and if I offended anybody, moving on from that. I'm sorry. Shit, it had to be said. Okay, she was doing a lot. So she was just talking about that, getting pregnant when she was 19, and, breaking up with the baby daddy, going back to her high school sweetheart, and, things like that. And basically, they just commiserated on how their life was, okay? And Tiffany finally gave an actual apology that felt sincere, and she took accountability for what she did, okay? And I said, oh my goodness, Tiffany, this is what we wanted in the first place. Like, you could have been did this shit. Girl, what was the difference? Instead of trying to be an asshole to the girl, like you wasn't trying to hear what was being said. You heard what was said, and you knew what you said, okay? Like, ain't nobody just pissed off at you just to be pissed off, and they don't know you, okay? Moving on from that, Tisha went to therapy. I think this the last part of it. Tisha went to therapy, okay, and she went back to Dr. Francis, and to talk about the reason why she's there. The first time I came up in here is because I felt burnt out. I'm out here taking care of the kids, taking care of the house. We got like 3 businesses and stuff. I said, do y'all got 3 businesses, or do Marcel got 3 businesses? Which one is it? Because the way he tell it, your ass be up in the house. He'll have your ass in the house all damn day, barefoot, pregnant, and still with swollen ankles, cleaning and cooking and folding clothes, okay? That's how he'll have you. But anyway, she was just talking about those issues, and the way that she was feeling, and the fact that we found out that Tisha, she never grew up thinking that she was going to get married. So when she got married to Marcel and had this family life or whatever, she said that wasn't part of the plan. They met in her junior year of college. When they got married, she was 4 months pregnant. And when she said that shit, I shot up and I said, so was it a shotgun wedding? I don't want to say that, but I was just like, is that the reason why he married her? Like, because she was pregnant, okay? Because then that explain a lot too. Like, I love you, but I'm not fully in love with you, but I don't want to be like a single father and have you bring a single mother. I don't want to fit that stereotype, so let's get married. That's what it felt like. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. That's what it felt like, because that's how he treats her, okay? He treats her like he's still trying to, see if he in love with her, okay? Or he can just have her around the house to do house duties. That's how he treat her, okay? But they get into that, and bringing up the fact that he was talking about depression, and the doctor Francis was like, do you think that you caused this depression? Because he was talking about he said something about he always she wanted material things, and she was like, well, the material things is the way that I feel like he shows love, okay? Or I think I perceive it as love, because she never grew up in a household where people actually told you I love you and stuff like that. And that's because her mother never got it from her mother. So, and I understood that. And it's so crazy because me and my sister, we got the same father. My youngest sister, we got a different has a different father from us. And my mama actually had us when she was married, and they got divorced or whatever. And then 17 fucking years. Bitch, I was 17 years old when my mama got pregnant with my little sister. I said, "What the fuck, lady? 17 years, you was almost done, girl. You was almost done. Now you got to start all over." But my little sister about to turn 18. Oh my God, like really, where has time fly? Like she up here buying her own clothes and shit. She up here buying her own accessories, paying her own way. I said, oh my God. Girl, when I get a parent, I'm gonna be so amazed. I'm gonna be like, oh my God, look at him, look at her. You're doing it. You're doing it. That's gonna be me, bitch. My kid's gonna be over me, bitch. But anyway, moving on from that. Moving on. Yeah, like we didn't grow up, with all that I love you type of stuff, but we knew. But my little sister though, she's the one that always say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And I was like, who the fuck tell you that? Cause we didn't grow up like that. So it's like different. And so that's the way that he shows love. He's affectionate. I said, wait a minute, what? Tisha said that he be writing poems and stuff. I said, he be writing poems? Mm, he did ask her, do you think you the cause of his depression? And she was like, no, I don't necessarily think so. And then it was a to be continued. I said it was just getting good and you gonna say to be continued. But if I missed something, y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. Once again, if it felt like I was rambling or doing some shit, girl, I'm just like I'm wavy right now. Like I could just pass the fuck out. Okay, that's what I can do. But anyway, I pushed through it for y'all, and I will see you guys later tomorrow for the ratchetness of Real Housewives. Enjoy your night. Peace.